Hi, it's Wednesday. It's literally it's Wednesday. So, now that Sunday's episode of The Walking Dead is done, and it is forever smashed into our brains, I thought that the episode was well done. I, hey, I knew that Glenn was gonna die, and at first I was going back and forth with if it was Abraham or another character, and then I was kind of glad that I went back to Abraham and Glenn as my final, and then just to see the whole comic book come to life was just I applaud AMC for that. It was really good. I enjoyed it. On a side note, Jeffrey Dean Morgan's going to be really good as a character, and I just can't wait for all that war and the whispers to come into play. Um, Today's also a pretty extra big episode because this is also Wednesday and this is New Comic Book Day. We got a couple of big books that come out today. Civil War issue 6 is out today. Um, I've already read the book, and you really need the other book that comes out today, Captain America, Steve Rogers #6. You really need that book. It's a companion piece to the issue. It's more like a 6.1 type of deal. Also, a lot of new #1s. Sorcerer, Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme #1, Batman Beyond #1, Teen Titans #1, um, a bunch of new Marvel Now #1s, like the Deadpool issue 21 is a jump on point. So for any fans who've been wanting to jump on Deadpool, now is the good time to do it because it essentially starts a new storyline. Um, there are a lot of other really good books that come out. Action Comics, Detective Comics, the new issue of Flash, the 75th anniversary one shot for Wonder Woman is out today. Bunch of really good Image books dropped today. The new issue of Saga is out today, which I can't wait to read and be frustrated with the issue. Um, just a whole lot of extra stuff is out today. It's good stuff. So if you really haven't read anything worth picking up, I highly suggest you try some of these new #1s for Marvel. The Marvel Now stuff has been pretty good so far. And I think that's what Marvel's trying to focus on. I think if Marvel can get ahead of their shitstorm that is Civil War 2, I think they'll be fine moving forward with the new divided we stand, shattered Marvel Now that they have going on right now, and what the overall bad guy aspect is. And I truly believe that Steve Rogers is the main bad guy of the show, of the story that's going to be moving forward. And I do think that Tony Stark will be dying. I don't know how he dies, but I think it'll have something to do with Steve Rogers. I think we're going to see a lot of crazy things happening. And not only that, but comic books are really, really changing right now. And I love that. You know, DC Comics is doing a really good thing a really good job right now with Rebirth. All their books are pretty cheap. So, I mean, if you're a type of guy that I gotta fucking read everything, look, go out, read everything. And that's awesome. But then you could pick and choose the books you like. And they have a lot of really good stuff right now. So, I highly recommend all of it because all of it's really good. As far as what Marvel Now has to offer right now, there's a lot of really good Marvel Now stuff. Mosaic has been off to a great start. It's a really good first issue. Infamous Iron Man, The Return of Doctor Doom. Fabulous book. Fabulous book. Um, Jessica Jones's first issue was really good. And as far as those couple of titles, you got some really good stories moving forward. Pretty soon you're gonna have the new Iron Man book. You're gonna have a bunch of new stuff coming. Um, Everybody's books that have already been moving forward like Sam Wilson. You know, his latest issue was last week, and I think it was the first part. It was the first issue in the Marvel Now line, but it was like the 13th issue, 13th or 14th issue. Deadpool. Deadpool's first Marvel Now book drops today, but it's like I said, it's the 21st issue of his books. So he's gonna have a really big time right now. As far as Spider-Man and Peter Parker is concerned, you got the Clone Conspiracy, and once that's done, which you got 5 issues, so I think issue 2 is already came. I want to say number 2's been out. No, number 1 came out, and then Amazing Spider-Man came out. So you really need the tie-ins for that in order to understand the overarching story. So you need Silk, you need Prowler, and you need the Amazing Spider-Man. If you just buy the core story, I'm sorry, but you're an idiot and you're lost. You need to buy the tie-ins. As much as I hate tie-in issues, you're gonna need tie-in issues for that book because you need them. Civil War 2, my only concern with the tie-in books is they don't fucking tie in. The only books that are tying in right now to Civil War are all Captain America stuff. Steve Rogers, not Sam Wilson. But Steve Rogers is... here's the thing about Civil War. Steve Rogers is the fucking villain. People, understand that Steve Rogers is the bad guy. He's not gonna... I'm sure at the end of the Civil War 2, everyone's gonna find out that he's a sleeper agent. And they're gonna be like, oh my god, the whole time! And Tony's gonna die for it. Sorry, but I have a feeling that's what it's gonna be. But Captain America, Steve Rogers number 7 is the first part of the Hydra story, like the real overarching Hydra story. Sam Wilson's current storyline called Take Back the Shield is Steve Rogers' plan to make everybody hate Sam Wilson and for him to give up the shield to give it back to Steve. Steve Rogers is affecting like 3 books right now. I'm also I think he's going to affect the Avengers in some way. So that would make the 3rd book. Uncanny Avengers, because he was in that team. If you've not seen the previous cover, it said Civil War Aftermath on it, which was a kind of a premature ejaculate fucking release by Marvel Comics. But it was released. They dropped it. Guess what? Oh well. But yeah, Steve Rogers isn't part of that. So now I think everything moving forward after what we got here with this book and his and his character is that he's the bad guy. And we're going to see more. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see even more characters. So until next Wednesday,